Welcome, folks. We are in my kitchen, grabbing some go-go juice, heating up this morning's coffee, and enjoying an amazing day. February 20th, 2018. It is presently right at 80 degrees, which is ridiculous, but in a good way. Because I've been cold. I've got cats that don't know it's better to be outside, which they've been out, but they're in. Yes, Bailey. That's Bailey. If you couldn't tell by me referring to her as Bailey. Mr. Fred. I don't know if you can pick it up. My thermometer says 80. I'm going to guess more like 75. But it's nice. Nice. So, I've been behind on making this video. Well, just too many things have come up, stuff you gotta do. Had to help my cousin yesterday. Yesterday was another amazing weather day. Got out here this morning, put some tires on this and fired it up. It ain't been started in about 6 months. And if I'd had any sense, I would have made a cold start video. But while my cousin was here, I got him to help me put the pristine hood on the car. It ain't quite adjusted right, but I don't care. I put it on there just because it's never had the right hood, and I can do a little body work on it with the car that moves easy. As you know, this car moves, but not easy. It takes a little work to get it moving, but I got to do that later today. I got out the other day and worked on Dad's Ranger, basically getting a parts list. Hope there ain't too much glare. Amazing what an accident will do. Dodge rim destroyed. Dodge rim on a Ranger, I know. Truck was wrecked before and it ruined the rim, so we put these Dodge wheels on it that come off my dad's van back in the day. Busted the brand new rotor. Busted. Ruined the spindle, as you can see. And so far, my parts list is only grown by one spindle. That's the only surprise. I already have the lower A-arm. I knew I was going to need the hub and rotor. So, talked to Dad. He says, get what it needs, fix it. So, that's what we're going to do. But, that's going to require a trip to the junkyard, because a brand new spindle, excuse me, is ridiculously expensive. Stupid money. Some places want like $300 for that. And if it comes to that, it comes to that, but I don't think it's going to come to that. I think we can get us one. Pretty common truck. Well, I found some on eBay. It was used for I believe it was $200, but that come with both of them, which I don't need both of them. Anybody willing to mail one, if you got it, shoot me a price. And maybe we work something out. I don't know. Alright, we are in the truck because I unloaded the new parts car in the field next to the to the Dodge. This video is going to be long enough, so you sure don't want to see me huffing and puffing walking down there. So we're going to use the power forward. Here we go. Watch out here on the mirror. Sorry, forgot about the motor head. Yeah, I done robbed the wheels off front for the other Grand Prix. I took them off yesterday and put them on today. Or the day before yesterday, actually. See, I moved the Toyota to the field. So here she is up close and personal, guys. This thing, I know everybody was like I was first glance, but the guy I bought this from was painfully honest about the car and sent me just a huge amount of pictures so I know what I was buying, and I did. I knew this was not really a restoration project, and here's why. Well ventilated, and it's a crying shame. And I tell you what, it's a crying shame. Factory sunroof, and that baby is electric too. But if you look, it's rust everywhere. And I was going to bring this car home and strip this off so I could assess everything and get a good idea as to whether it might be saved. But I decided not to because the interior is staying dry, which means this stuff is actually somehow sealing some of the weather out. And look at this interior. It's a little dirty. Yeah, the sponge is a little broke down. There isn't even a rip in the seat. I mean, there really isn't. The back seat, it's all white. Someone spray painted the door panels, but that was scrub up. The upper door panel part, all this is great. And my 73, they are not. My junk 73, the one up on the hill. This car has the tinted glass, as you can see. I don't remember if the other one does or not. It has full instrumentation, no dummy lights. The previous owner, not the guy I bought it from, but the guy he got it from, purchased this car from somebody for the sole purpose of robbing the motor, transmission, and the rally wheels. And then he passed it on to my friend Derek, who is a serious Pontiac enthusiast. But now all this stuff is stuff I could have lived without, sure. But what I really wanted, was that front valance. And it is pretty well scar-free. It's in good shape. I was going to take it off before I brought the car down here and just store it, but it's okay. This side, not as bad as the other side, but still pretty darn bad. I have contemplated ripping the vinyl part off the sunroof itself and seeing if that could be salvaged, and if so, what kind of a project would it be to graft that into the other car. I might do that because I think that would be awesome. I'd love to have that in my car. I'd rather have T-tops, but I like that a lot. And I've even thought some of the other Grand Prix I've got up there actually have very good roofs, so forth. I could save this body because the quarters aren't that bad. It's got one rusty place on the floor. The trunk is amazing. The trunk is perfect. Wheel houses need a little work. And I've always had this dream of building one of these cars. How do I describe it? Death Proof style. You ever seen the movie Death Proof? The car, he had a Charger and a Nova in that movie. They're basically a roll cage with a handmade dash and nothing else inside but a driver's seat, lightened up, super badass. And I could really lighten one of these cars. I've thought about it a lot. Eliminate all this electric stuff, all this insulation, the understructure of the hood, just pin it down. You know, this would be a good car for that, because in order to put a roll cage in it, you need to cut the roof off to do it right anyway. And if you just want to cut the roof off, put the roll cage in, put a different roof back in. Here's another thing. I have seen this trim go for as much as $200. This is 73 only. After 73, all these cars had plastic trim with a little stainless steel clip right here. But these cars have this, and both sides are perfect. I've got a set of these that I bought from, oh, I forget. He's some guy that sells Pontiac stuff on the internet, but I forget his name. He got mad at me because I didn't give him a good review because he didn't describe the parts well. All this cracked, checked paint, terrible shape, but the metal is fine. This is going very soon on the other car because I don't know if you guys remember, maybe you can look at an old video. My car was rusted completely out here and all along here. And I put metal back in it, body worked it, and it's okay. It'll come back down here and go back on this car and be saved if I need it. But this one's much better. It's got a pinhole smaller than the end of your pinky on the inside, which to me ain't nothing but a way to get some rust converter in there and then fix that hole, and I'll have a really nice deck lid too. Say hello, Deputy Diplomat. I'm still engine shopping for her. I have the option of buying a good 360. Well, by good, I mean it's supposed to be a good strong running engine, and likely all it needs is valve seals, which ain't no big deal because I'd swap heads on it anyway because my head's been reworked and they're in really good shape. But funds, you know, this car here, I wasn't expecting to go get it when I did, but kind of needed to, you know. The guy I bought it from was super cool, and he sort of needed it out of his way, so it's, you know, we did it. That was 1,300 mile trip, which I got to say, hats off to her, newest member of my fleet, other than this car. She's done an excellent job. Burned a lot of fuel, but she's done a good job. The only problem I even had with the Ford was, before I left, I knew that I had an idler pulley that was making a little noise. I had actually bought it. When I got up there, it self-destructed. And fortunately, I had one behind the seat, so didn't even tear up the belt. So there's the update on this car. As I said, she was on the road in 16, so this car hasn't been off the road long. Under the hood, which there really ain't no point in raising the hood, but under the hood is, well, it looks like motor was pulled out of it yesterday, you know. There's no rat's nest, there's no damage of that kind. Actually, those doors you see, they got a little rust on the top, but that's just paint checking. And I think there's a couple of bubble spots on the bottom, on the outside, but the bottoms of the doors themselves, point the camera or whatever, the bottoms of the doors themselves are in excellent condition. There's a really good chance they are going to end up on my Grand Prix. Fred, old bones are enjoying the sunshine today. He likes this. He's 10 years old, which, I mean, Beagles live to be 15, 16 or whatever, but he, during the winter, or even during a rainstorm, he don't like to be outside. He's I call him a retired dog. He don't do much unless he sees one of the cats being threatened, and then he will fight to the death. He just had a trip to the vet because he come home with some big holes in his legs, and there's a stray running around here. I had to run him off last night with 22. He knows what a gun is. I wasn't trying to kill him, but he sure ran. I'm trying not to get this herd down here in the field too big, so when it's all said and done, the disassembled dark red 73 Grand Prix will be down here. I haven't brought it. I want to basically get under the back, loosen up all the bolts and everything up there where I have access to it with my air gun, to remove the rear end, because it has the limited slip with the sway bar, and my car that runs and drives does not. It's open diff with no sway bar. So I want to have it pretty much ready to set out before I load it on the trailer and bring it down here, because I want it to roll. It don't damage my trailer that way. And then get it down here and jack it up and pull that out. And other than that, it's basically storage for spare interior parts and a motor and transmission, which could end up in a white car. And once it's stripped, I'm going to crush it and get rid of it once I get everything off from it. Because I've got acreage, guys. You see what we got here. This is all hillside, but it goes all the way to the bottom of the hill, but you can see what a beautiful place this is. But I don't want to junk it up too many cars. If I get to, I don't like the looks of these because you can see them from the road over there. I've got a way to store them down there until nobody can see them. There's actually a little piece of road down there that you can put a car on. And I'd have done that to begin with, but it's just too wet and it's kind of a pain in the butt. Plus, I got big dreams of getting the dip there done this back together this summer, because I really miss that car. And I think I'm going to round up some parts for the 65, and that may be a year or two from now because there's other things in front of it. But that's going to be a 4-wheel drive project, maybe 3/4 ton 4-wheel drive. That's kind of what I've been looking at. I have a family member with a chassis that would be good for that, but I haven't sealed no deal on that yet. So, thank God for the weather. And I tell you, it's so nice. The wife's on her way right now. She went to town to get some gas so she can do some tilling, plant her peas. February 20th. Thank you guys for watching. Please keep watching, sub, all that. I hear a lot of people bellyaching about the monetization thing, and it's something I never quite understood. I never received a nickel from YouTube, but I don't have that many viewers, you know. I just do this because I meet some great people, talk to some really good people, get some great ideas from you guys, and this is something that means a lot to me, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it from every one of you. I've made such good friends. Matter of fact, as you all know, that Dodge come from Jason Belt of Belt's Tow Record Channel. That was his car. Me and him become friends, and it's been my car for years now. One reason I think so much of it, because it was he was kind enough to give it to me at a time when I really needed it. So God bless you, and I wish he was still doing more YouTubing. I miss the guy. I miss his videos. It's alright, we're almost up to 20 minutes, 18 and a half. That's enough rambling for this video. Hope you liked it. Later, guys.